story to tell. According to DefenseXP Network, the Philippines will become the first country in Southeast Asia to own the Indian BrahMos anti-ship missile. The BrahMos anti-ship missile is considered the most dangerous anti-ship cruise missile in the world. BrahMos is by far the fastest cruise missile in use in the world. BrahMos is jointly developed by India and Russia based on technology of the Russian P-800 missile. Unlike other supersonic cruise missiles, BrahMos can sustain supersonic speeds during flight and reaches Mach 3.5, equivalent to 4,300 km per hour. In the final stage, the BrahMos anti-ship missile carries a 200 kg warhead with a maximum range of up to 600 km and can be launched from land, air, and warships. With a speed of up to Mach 3.5, the missile has a huge kinetic energy, enough to paralyze enemy warships with just one shot. In one test, BrahMos broke a ship into two pieces, demonstrating its formidable strength. In addition to its lethal speed, the missile can also fly at extremely low altitudes, just 10 meters above sea level, giving enemy ships little time to react. The BrahMos missile can also perform S-shape maneuvers in the terminal phase to avoid enemy air defense and close-range missiles. BrahMos uses an advanced guidance system with an error rate of about 1 meter and very high attack accuracy. All of these features make India's BrahMos the most dangerous anti-ship cruise missile in the world. However, when the Russian Zircon missile is put into service, it will take away BrahMos' title for being the deadliest anti-ship missile. But why did the Philippines buy the BrahMos missile when there was a joint defense treaty between the US and the Philippines, signed on August 30, 1951? In the spirit of this treaty, the United States will provide military assistance to the Philippines. The most important aspect of the treaty was that any attack on the Philippines would be considered an attack on the US, and vice versa. There are also US military bases in the Philippines, where thousands of the US soldiers are stationed. This joint defense treaty alone is enough to protect the Philippines. Because of the US military strength, hardly any country dares to attack the Philippines. So why does the Philippines have to buy the world's best cruise missile? According to analysts, the Philippines is very worried that the US will use Philippines territory to fight China. If a Sino-US conflict occurs in the future, the Philippines will be dragged into the war, and this is not what the country wants. In addition, the Philippine government also warned the US not to deploy nuclear weapons on their territory. If we look at the past, we could understand that the people are not very happy with the American troops on their soil. The American soldiers' misconduct in the places near their bases created a lot of problems for the local people. This is not only a problem in Philippines, but also in other nations like Japan and South Korea. The public and the government was so annoyed with this problem that the US had to withdraw its forces from Philippines. But after the 9/11 attacks, America got to excuse of war on terror to deploy its troops again. So, the Philippines hopes the BrahMos missile will act as a deterrent to any Chinese warships. Therefore, the Philippines buys BrahMos missiles to help protect its territory from attack in the event of any future conflict. From an economic point of view, the sale of the BrahMos missile to the Philippines is a win-win. Strategically, India has fired an arrow on two targets. First of all, to put pressure on China's South China Sea strategy, and the handover of BrahMos to the Philippines is a clear signal to China. With BrahMos, the Philippines can challenge China's dominant position in the region and increase Indian influence in the region. The only thing that India needs to pay attention to is that it must protect the sensitive data of the BrahMos missile to avoid falling into the hands of opponents. My video about the Philippines by the BrahMos anti-ship missile ends here. Thank you for watching. If you find this video interesting, please give me your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.